Lights up on a restaurant setting. A woman is seated at a table set for two. This is Gloria, about in her late 20s to early 30s. She is attractive and dressed nicely for a date. She is currently checking on herself in a compact mirror. She nods in satisfaction as she puts the compact away, then looks towards the side of the stage, presumably waiting someone's arrival. She checks her watch briefly, then speaks, more to herself and the audience.
Well, almost 8 o'clock. George said he'd be here any minute. Goodness, I hope this date works out. Dating nowadays can be so chaotic. I mean, George did sound normal on the phone, charming even. Ah, I'm sure it'll be just fine. I'm probably worried over nothing.
On cue, George enters onto the stage. He looks around the same age as Gloria, dressed well, handsome, the works. He spots Gloria and smiles, going up to her as she smiles and stands.
George?
Gloria,
That's me.
well, it's finally nice to meet you in person. The two hug briefly, then George pulls out Gloria's chair for her as she sits. Gosh, you're just as beautiful as I imagined you'd be.
That's very sweet of you to say. You're pretty handsome yourself.
I try. Listen, order whatever you'd like tonight. It'll be my treat.
Oh, now I couldn't possibly do that. Let's split it 50-50.
I insist. I just got a big raise at the law firm I work at. I intend to treat myself, not to mention you, like royalty tonight.
A lawyer? He's good looking and a lawyer? Man, I sure lucked out. Ha! I knew I was worried over nothing. So, how is traffic getting here?
Oh, it was crazy. There must have been some kind of accident on the highway. We all had to go down a few side streets to. Suddenly, we hear the sound of a cell phone ringing. George sheepishly smiles. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm so sorry.
No worries. It happens to all of us.
I'll let it go to voicemail.
You'd better answer. It could be your law firm. You don't want to blow the goodwill you got from just getting a raise.
Good point. Excuse me, please. Hello? What do you mean, where are you? Aren't you going to at least say hi? I'm at the office working late, thank you very much. I'll be home when I'm home. Don't you yell at me, you crazy shrew. I told you where I was. I'm not about to be interrogated by you. I am not being nasty. If anything, you're being nasty. Fine, go to bed without me. See if I care, you passive aggressive loon. He hangs up and stuffs his cell phone back into his pocket. Hmm, wives, huh?
Wife? Did you say wife?
Yep, can't live with them, can't live without them, right?
You you're married?
Well, yeah. Oh, didn't I mention that to you?
Check, please.
Quick blackout. Soon, date number two is seated where George was, with Gloria remaining in her spot. Lights fade up.
Goodness, Jeff. This has certainly been a wonderful evening. The food here was great, and you're so charming and sweet.
Ah, shucks. Thanks, Gloria. And and you're so very beautiful. The most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
You're so sweet.
uh, Gloria, I wanted to ask you something, but gee, I'm kind of nervous about it.
Oh, don't be bashful, Jeff. You can ask me anything.
Honest?
Honest.
Well, I was hoping maybe perhaps we could kiss.
Kiss?
Only if it's okay with you, of course.
Well, oh gosh, why not? There's nothing wrong in an innocent kiss, and you have been a wonderful date. So, yes, my answer is yes.
Jeff smiles excitedly as Gloria smiles back, then puckers up and leans in. Jeff, however, first pulls out a small notebook and pencil, then jots something down in it. Kiss number 87, Gloria, blind date at dinner.
Uh, I beg your pardon?
Hmm? Oh, this! It's my kissing log.
Your kissing log?
Yep. Every girl I've ever kissed, I've written it down right here in this handy book. See? Right here on the first page. Kiss number 1. Samantha Purley at the playground underneath the monkey bars. I was 9 years old.
I, I, wow. Um, so you've kept track of every woman you've ever kissed, huh? Every single one of them?
Well, of course. Oh, here, listen to this one. Kiss number 22, Myrtle Goodridge, New Year's Eve party, college. Technically, she was kissed 22, 23, and 24, but I don't like counting the same person more than once. It defeats the purpose of the log,
Gosh, I guess you wouldn't want to mess up a perfectly good logbook, now would you?
right? So, the eraser on this pencil is all worn down. So, would you mind if we just kiss so I can notarize and finalize kiss number 87?
Check, please.
Blackout. Date number 3 now enters onto the stage. He looks around nervously as Gloria speaks when we fade back up.
Peter, thanks for meeting me tonight. I'm sorry I had to reschedule our date from Friday to tonight, but my mother has to go to a doctor's appointment early Saturday morning, and she hounds me like a beast if I'm even a minute late.
Uh, uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Well, why don't we get to know each other a bit? Tell me, Peter, what do you do for a living?
Peter does not answer. He is staring wide eyed at something on stage.
Um, Peter, are you okay? What's
Shh, 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 shh. Quiet, quiet. Keep your voice down. Keep your head down.
Peter, what's going on?
Gloria, I don't mean to alarm you, but someone here in this restaurant is out to get me.
Uh, Out to get you? Who here?
Don't look! Don't look! He ducks her down to almost underneath the table. If they see us, they'll kill us both.
Peter, what is this? Are you in some kind of trouble? Should I call the police?
No, that won't do. The police won't help. They're in on it.
What?
Yep, the police, the CIA, the FBI, the countries of France and Italy, all in on it. All out to get me.
Why, Peter? What happened?
You mean you don't know? Well, you see, I discovered the existence of unicorn puppies. Unicorn puppies! It's the biggest discovery in the history of the world. And the man wants to eliminate me because of it. But I won't let you take me. I'm going to outrun all of you forever. Do you hear me? Forever. So, shall we order drinks?
Check, please.
Blackout. It is now time for Gloria's fourth date. As the lights come back on, Gloria is staring incredulously at a man who has a ventriloquist dummy on his knee, very nonchalant and patiently waiting for Gloria to speak.
Um, Mark, Let me see if I've got this correct. That dummy there is your friend, Mr. Peepers,
Yes, that is correct.
and Mr. Peepers speaks for you because you're too nervous to speak for yourself.
Yes, that is correct. He does.
You're seriously going to do this for our whole date?
Yes.
And you honestly expect me to converse with Mr. Peepers here for this whole date?
That was the idea, yes.
Check, please.
Gloria gets up and storms off. Meanwhile, Mark turns the head of Mr. Peepers to face him, then talks in his normal voice. Sheesh, what was her problem? I don't know. Geez, Mark, you sure do pick up a lot of weirdos to go on dates with. Blackout. Date number 5 is set to go. Gloria comes back on, looking very tired and annoyed by now. Her 5th date is seated at the table as she cautiously sits.
So, Kevin, you mentioned that you're an accountant. That's actually quite interesting. I've always been fascinated with that line of work.
Kevin eyes Gloria up and down carefully as he speaks. Yeah, it pays the bills, I suppose.
So, you said you just moved here from Japan?
Uh-huh.
Gosh, I've always wanted to visit Japan. What was that like?
Hmm? Yeah, it was nice, I guess.
Okay, Kevin, listen. You seem very nice and all, but I've got to be honest. You're making me very uncomfortable by staring at me up and down like you are. And please, don't deny it. I've been plainly watching you for the last 3 minutes.
Oh, you caught that, huh? Damn, I thought you hadn't noticed. Well, there is an explanation for it.
And what, pray tell, would the explanation be?
Well, you see, I moved here from Japan for a reason. The Yakuza is looking for me.
What?
Yeah, I may or may not have swindled them out of a few 100,000 yen, but you see, if I send them organs to sell on the black market from time to time, they take a little off my bill at a time. Tell me, you wouldn't happen to need one of your kidneys, would you? A fresh kidney would knock a few thousand off my bill.
Oh, my dear fucking Lord. Check, please.
Kevin's phone rings and he answers it. Hello? Hi. Kanojo wa ima koko ni ismasu. Ai watashi wa mada jinzu ni mandai gai aretomashita. Yatara oshiare shimasu.
Hurry up with that check, for God's sake.
Blackout. Date number 6. By this point, Gloria is now smoking a cigarette, pretty much on autopilot. She looks as if she now gives 0 craps. Slowly, onto the stage walks her 6th blind date, Harry. He approaches the table and looks to Gloria. Gloria?
Who's asking?
I'm Harry. We met on that dating site a few weeks ago. Gloria puffs on her cigarette. Then she kicks Harry's chair out for him and motions for him to sit down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Sit down.
Uh, okay then. I hope you weren't waiting long for me. I'm sorry. My dog got loose outside my apartment and
Okay, let me just stop you right there. Before we go any further, let me take a wild guess. You think your dog talks, right?
I, I beg your pardon?
No, hang on. I bet it's something even crazier. You married your dog at some point and pay it child support, don't you?
What? Married to my dog? Why would you?
Harry, please, just be absolutely straight with me. What crazy quirk, what deal breaking lunacy do you have? I am really not in the mood to sit through another crazy dinner with a man again. So please, please, just let it all out. Do you think you're a space alien? Do you meditate naked in the streets? Do you randomly punch every fifth person you see as you go about your day? Hmm?
Uh, I think maybe I should go.
No, no, stay. Stay and just level with me, Hare. Do you own exotic poisonous snakes? Do you maybe have 4, 5, 6 wives I don't know about? Do you randomly break out into musical numbers while you pee? Will I hear you in the bathroom one night just go, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains? Or do you perhaps go for more Sondheim musicals?
Gloria, I really don't know what's going on here, but if this is how you're going to act for our whole date, maybe I should just go. You seem really on edge. I don't know what might have happened to you in the past, but I can assure you, I'm not any of the things you described. I'm just a teacher at a high school, a history teacher. I hope I didn't come off as rude there. I'll just let you be alone. Harry goes to leave. Gloria stares blankly at first. Could this be someone normal? She puts out her cigarette and stands up quickly.
Harry, wait.
Harry stops and turns to Gloria. She motions for him to come back over. He cautiously walks back to the table and sits. What is it?
I am so sorry about that. Truth be told, I am on edge. My dating life for the last 2 months or so has been the absolute pits. I've been on quite a few dates, and all of them were weirder than the last.
Is that why you're asking all those crazy questions? Well, gee, I won't lie. That was kind of off putting it out there, but I can see where you're coming from.
I mean, look at this. I don't even smoke. What the hell am I doing? I'm really sorry. Can we maybe start over? Nice to meet you, Harry.
Nice to meet you, Gloria. You know, I've got to confess, it's been the same way for me. The last 6 months, I've had some real Lulus for dates.
You you have?
Oh, yeah. I had one date who brought me to a specific restaurant at an oddly specific time and date just to make her ex boyfriend jealous. She literally stood up and shouted, "You see, Jacob, I got myself a hot date and you're still single." I had another date who insisted her mother accompany her. She wanted her mother to, get this, inspect me to make sure I was proper boyfriend material.
Oh, wow.
It gets crazier. I had a date a few weeks ago who wanted me to come back to her place to lay eggs with me.
What?
I swear on my life, it's the truth. She claimed she was Clotha, queen of the lizard people, and that I was the perfect lizard prince for her. I said, check please, so fast her head spun. A long silence. Gloria smiles at Harry, who smiles back at her. It's a connection, a normal, shy spark of a connection. A waiter slowly walks over to Gloria and hands her a book with the check in it. She slowly hands it back to the waiter, then wags a finger no.
No, no, not this time. I think this time I'm actually going to get through an entire dinner and get to a second one.
Harry and Gloria smile at each other and begin to mime conversation as the waiter shrugs and walks off, and we slowly fade to black.